They do get the whole year, which is, I
would
believe,
like to see
17
that.
shows. If they can sell 17 shows, I believe then it will have another season, and then they will mature a little bit, and a little better humor will come out of it. But right now, you should get angry the way they answer the phones or try to solve your problem. I mean, it would make me mad.
Yeah, I think the show has a long way to go. Let's see. Let's see how it ends up. I do hope that it gets a chance to continue its season.
The Algorithm of Love, folks, it's actually a business story. It is from Fortune magazine. They're talking about a company called eHarmony. All of us who are married or, you know, away from the internet, we sort of laugh at it. You know, what is internet dating and, you know, marriages? I mean, how many can they be? They are performing 271 marriages a day. That's a lot of number. They got 33 million people that are registered, 44% of all marriages that are related to internet through eHarmony. 150 countries in which eHarmony is. Did you know that?
Well, I'm not entirely surprised at those numbers, but I would venture to guess that Shadi.com probably has its own numbers to rival that of eHarmony. You know, eHarmony tries to make an exact science out of romance, or at least out of marriage making. I don't know whether it's totally successful. It does work for some, but
you know,
the numbers certainly tell you it works.
271 marriages every single day through eHarmony? Hey, they have my attention.
Well, they must be doing something right. Although I think the people that go onto that site are mentally sort of ready for that next step. So I'm not surprised that the marriages are higher there. In a lot of other sites, for example, Match.com or Chemistry, you know, you're looking to meet people. You're not necessarily going in with that one objective to get married. But on eHarmony, certainly that's the expectation. So in a way, it's good. You weed out the people that are not interested in that outcome, and so therefore you're very focused on what you are after.
Shadi.com, folks, is between Indians and any other community that wants to get married to Indians. And I want to tell you, if these guys have 271, I venture to say
we can't be far behind.
Shadi.com will be 2,000 weddings a day, you know. You
know, those numbers are great, but I want to know how many of those marriages actually last. You know, 3 months, 6 months, a year down the road.
They have no such numbers here. But you know what? When you're really, really ready to get married, yes, you put up with a lot of things that you otherwise will not. So I would like to believe that these marriages last a long time.
According to a new study from a Nobel-winning psychologist, the cost of happiness is roughly $75,000 a year. Isn't that funny?
Oh, that's the salary, you mean?
No. So according to a new study from Princeton University, $75,000 a year is how much you need to make sure that you will be happy, and making more than $75,000 a year does not guarantee you any more happiness. But if you make less than $75,000 a year, you can be guaranteed that you will not be as happy as if you made at least $75,000. This is actually a study that they've done in all sorts of different dimensions, but here's what it comes down to. It isn't low money that saddens people, but when you can't afford the basics in life, your health insurance, for example, or a steady job, for example, those things weigh you down and make you unhappy. But at $75,000, that effect disappears. And people's individual temperament is no longer influenced by the things that they can't get out of basic need. Right? So everything beyond $75,000 you can think of as a add-on, value-add luxury item in your life, not a basic necessity. So that's really all you need to be happy. If you made double, for example, than $75,000 a year, you would not be twice as happy. In fact, the study says you would not find any more significant happiness. You might even become on the threshold, start to decline in happiness once again. All you really need is roughly $75,000 a year. How about this? How would you like to meet a Gujarati billionaire who's 28, sexy, and single?
Whoa.
Sounds perfect, right?
Yes.
Well, the only Indian to have made it to the U.S. business magazine Forbes Next Generation of Billionaires is a Gujarati origin girl. Whoa. She actually lives in Thailand. She's 28 years old. Her name is Nishita Shah. She's a Thai citizen. And she describes her entry in the list as overwhelming and a push to make it to the billionaires list that she can be very proud of. She is quite glamorous, single, and constantly looking for new business ventures. She's actually the managing director of the diversified GP Group and owns Precious Shipping. They have 44 ships that are part of their fleet. She actually stands to inherit the fortune of the business, which is why she'll be the next billionaire. But isn't that great? I mean, it's a woman. Of course, when I saw the headline, I thought it's got to be a man, right? But no, it's a woman. This is fabulous.
I guess the time for women to become billionaires has actually arrived.
Of course, the next logical question is, when is she getting married, right? So, talking about her single status, Shah says, though my parents insist that I should now get settled in life, I haven't planned anything as yet, as I haven't come across that special Mr. Right.
Wait till she's approached by Bill and Melinda Gates and Warren Buffett, because they are looking for all the billionaires to at least pledge that half of the money they will give to charity. You know, they have done an amazing thing. Did you see the 60 Minutes last week?
I have, and you know what? It's an embarrassment to any billionaires out there who aren't on that list now.
Yeah.
Folks, if you are planning on traveling anytime soon to the United Arab Emirates, or to the Middle East, in fact, be a little bit careful in what you take or transport there, because a new warning says that couscous and pan masala, two of the things that we as Indians love, are banned substances in the UAE. In fact, the UAE Ministry of Health has listed more than 365 controlled substances, but these two are banned, and they're particularly tricky because if you think about it, poppy seeds can sometimes be in baked goods, donuts and bagels and so forth. Yeah. So you need to be careful when you're carrying these items abroad. The UAE restrictions state that these substances may not be carried either in person, in hand luggage, or in one's checked luggage. And strict penalties include imprisonment followed by deportation. So just, you know, never too late to take the warning, to heed the warning. So pan masala, couscous, and anything involving the betel nut, just don't take it with you.
When you're traveling, you have to be very careful and look at everything from the security point of view.
Especially, you know, now you can take transit flights that go through the Middle East, you know, Qatar Airways, for example, and others. So just if you are curious, go ahead and read. You can get more information at the UAE Embassy site as well as the U.S. Embassy site.
That's right. Folks, you know, whenever a luxury company goes out to make or ship or sell their goods in another country, they generally take the top 10 cities. For instance, if you go to India, you'll go to Delhi, Bombay, Calcutta, Bangalore, so on and so forth. Well, the second-tier cities are looking for respect. So in India, there is a place called Aurangabad. Have you ever heard of that?
I have.